Bro, have you ever spoken to that Devin Kern? I know Chris has, from Inner Space Fulfillment.
No.
The cable's wedged
I know
under there.
that.
It won't move now. That thing's fuss. You must, I don't know how much of that distribution stuff you do, but he went to Joburg now.
Yeah.
So his distribution hubs there in, where's that area? Pero or whatever. So they have, Inner Space have that like co-working setup.
Yeah.
And he then just put the fulfillment components inside of it. So Inner Space is like the umbrella thing.
Yeah.
So he then has picking, packing, distribution, last mile. He houses all of that shit, and you just pay per delivery.
Yeah.
50, whatever it is, 80 Rand.
Yeah.
That's your price point. So the warehousing, the Shopify integration, the custom written notes. Hey Jared, hope your nutrition helps you on your race. But they do all that stuff.
That's wild.
And you literally just pay per delivery. He goes to Joburg now for 3 weeks.
Surely there's like some built-in fixed retainer.
Well, because of his relationship, he's been doing this forever. So he's figured out the way to do it. That if he just charges X per delivery, because he's doing the volumes that he's doing, comes back, now he's got to open up a distribution hub there. This is not, comes back 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Dev, what are you doing? Let's go for a ride. No, we're opening our branch today. 2 weeks. So now the guy that sits in Joburg that sits here needs to distribute there, distribute here.
Yeah.
Because he was saying like what he pays triple in Cape Town for
space.
For his space.
Yeah.
So to deliver the same thing in Joburg and Cape Town, and because no one else is facilitating that logistic optimization, he's doing it. Like Oaks are saving, it's not my world.
Yeah.
But it's that distribution part. It's just like the cost for someone to warehouse, just to have the warehouse. Never mind your office and all that shit. Having looked at it we do like insignificant numbers at all. It's like it's impossible to own a warehouse or to lease a warehouse. Yeah, like this is an example of one. That's why there's that garage door.
Yeah. Warehousing is expensive and you pay for a lot of unused space as well. And it's non-profitable space because it's just old stock. It's difficult to make that space work and generate revenue other than just holding stock. And the risk is high.
But it's insane. You've got to sign like a 2-3-year contract. And he's like, you just pay me X per delivery. And all of that stuff's gone.
And generally warehousing is not in the greatest area, so your insurance premiums are quite high.
Well, even more hidden. Yeah. Well, there you go. Inner Space Fulfillment, ladies and gentlemen.
Hit them up.
Do not worry about your fulfillment ever again. Just make it Devin's problem. Are we ready? There's our intro. Episode 31, I think. We had our big 3-0 the other day. The guys from Durban Speed Collective said that you were pretty, so we had to bring you back.
That's good. So nice to get the thumbs up from the guys in Durban.
They are a lot of fun in the DMs. They still haven't figured out how to tag and repost and stuff, but like their DM banter is good.
I'm surprised they know what I look like because they're normally behind us. So let's see.
They watch YouTube. Thank heaven.
Please, thank goodness for YouTube.
Collective. Do not unsubscribe. We appreciate your views. Jared, we've actually got a lot to work through here.
Yeah, big list today.
You had a look through my notes. You've got some product stuff you haven't told me about that I'm excited to work through.
Yeah.
But I think to stick to a new theme that's working quite well, in the news segment, we'll start there, run through some headlines, which is just like racing galore.
Yeah.
And so then we can get into some of the meaty stuff. I do have some pictures of some rigs I'm going to show you. We'll do that, and then we can get into some of the meatier things, which is, for this week, I think tires quite important.
Yeah. Big theme at
your race recap from connected to that.
Yeah.
You had a misty race just the other day. Big question, is it too soon for DC banter? Because I've seen some rolling out. And I'm going to just run you over Sagefield 500 for some final inputs and anxiety for myself. Gravel Worlds, did you watch?
I did. I caught the post-race highlights. Gravel's different over there. If anyone went and looked at a map of the Gravel World's route afterwards, it's straight for 50Ks. It's a turn. It's straight for another 50Ks. It's a turn. Not the most exciting to watch.
Yeah.
very road-esque orientated, but still interesting nonetheless. And it's in typical American fashion, it's the world champs that no one knows about.
Yeah.
So
I love that they use the term world champs, which we can't diss, considering DC is road world champs.
Exactly.
Officially, unofficially.
Yeah. So Matt Beers, 7th.
7th, playing a hell of a team role.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm too patriotic, but I firmly believe if the roles were swapped, I mean, obviously Swensson's fantastic.
Yes.
But I can't help thinking what could Beers have done out there. I read his post-race thing on Instagram. They played the team game as best they could. Like,
yes.
Chapeau, guy knows how to play a team game. And they got second. But I can't help thinking, like, what if he was in that 3-man?
In that move.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't help feeling like he would have had
such a powerhouse and just like such a key role to play. And for somebody who's as successful as he is already in both the mountain and the gravel space, for him to sort of put his hand up and say, I'm happy to play that team role. Like, kudos to him.
Top level of the sport, you could argue.
Yeah. So, yeah, very well done there.
I must commend, I mean, I've been talking for ages about how what cycling needs is platform more than anything. I don't know if, you didn't watch the live feed. So I had Springboks depressing on screen.
It's not good.
So I was actually brying outside. Cans and Baby were inside. And they were watching the rugby there. And eventually I was just watching the Gravel Worlds. And, because there were moves, things were happening. Could they have had more ladies, men like that? But that's always going to be a thing. But you had advertisements running, brands that would have been happy to pay money to put into that because there's now a broadcast. People are watching it. You can see it. I could banter with Pitskit on the comment section there, among other people.
Yeah.
There were people in there from America that were like, oh, hey, because I'm commenting from the profile of Active Hobo on YouTube.
Yes.
We saw your video, great work. Like,
nice.
I felt like I had a little zoom into the future where you could actually, it was so good. And you can see how brands can put money into that, and you could see a thing. The coverage was just unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'd really like to figure, I don't know how we can reach out to those organizers, but like I want to know how they did it. So if they can give us like a gear breakdown, a tech breakdown.
Yeah.
I know there's people here that know how to do it from Epic, but I'd love to hear how they did it. Because completely changed. I sat glued to the TV. I watched it like anything else.
Much like Leadville the week before. Great
100%.
coverage.
100%.
Great coverage. Made it a little bit easier, not to take anything away from them, by the fact that it's an out and back route. And
sure.
So you can set up sort of fixed stations, but still amazing coverage, smooth streaming, good entertaining commentary, like running through a good mix of men and ladies. So yeah.
On a free platform.
On a free platform.
On a free platform. No DSTV subscription.
Exactly.
Not to demonize DSTV, but I think that's, from an access point of view, that's a big thing.
Yeah, they've done well.
We're going to come back to this later, but we did a gravel wheel test that has put us in very good stead. A lot of people really enjoyed that. I was at the village just this weekend, and I was sitting with a guy that I just met. He brings in wind space frames, wheels, a guy named Tyron.
Okay.
Guy's name, Don, brings in a brand called MBO. It's a kit brand, Victoria-based. We were chatting randomly, like, would you mind just critiquing the stuff? I'm going to send you some stuff where it's no obligation. Don't have to talk about it, whatever. While I'm riding, I see this guy wearing the kit. I'm like, hey, how's that kit? I haven't got it yet, but like, what do you think? Use a review. Anyway, we get chatting, land up having coffee. We go to the village. They're at the back, not at the front. And 8 Oaks, different setups. All of them had, this is a separate conversation for next week. All of them had NV wheels.
Yes. I know exactly.
I came to learn that they were not NV wheels, they were stickers on wheels, which is a conversation I do want to get into next week.
Yeah.
Because there's one to be had there. And bro, they were just like, tires, wheels, like, bro, it was such a good conversation starter.
Such a hot topic, and not just locally and amongst ourselves for gravel burn and local gravel racing, but like, obviously, and we'll get into this later on in the show, but the Silka tires, wheels, tires, it's such a big talking point at the moment. Even on the road, which has been super traditional and super slow to adopt new technology in that space. Everyone's looking at pressures, compounds, widths, tubes, no tubes. That's still a conversation. So great space to play in. Great space to play in. And, to the point of is the platform getting some traction and some reach? For sure. driving over here, I got a message from somebody. He is a customer, not a regular. To say that, oh shit, I'd seen the podcast and the video on the review, and I really want to buy new wheels now. So can I come in and we can have a talk about it? Which is
Rad.
Which is what we want, right? We want to open the conversation. We want to educate people. Yeah, and that's good.
That wheel, we talk about frames. Another episode we still need to do, which is the gravel frame bike shootouts, like to do a summary video of it, which I want to do with you. We're pretty time pressed. It's just been so difficult to get to everything. But we talk about a platform. Alec actually mentioned it. Like, this is a great platform to build from. Wheels are now intrinsically part of that. Like, you got to think platform. They're going to go a long time. When you go through the rigs later, you'll see the crossover there. But bringing it back to the racing news, I don't want to go off on tangents here, but gravel worlds, 45 more tires. Actually saying they could have ran 42s.
Yeah.
Now, when we looked at those revolves, they were specifically optimized for 45 to 50. And it's like, shit, would that have been a better wheel there? The C6s are optimized for 50 to 75. Go read the specs. And it's like, for that race, at the top level of the sport, there would have been a better wheel to use in terms of optimizing for the
terrain.
We had went live yesterday, our interview with Marc.
Yes.
So he breaks this down and he talks about what they specifically tested and that you were the test case dummy that was doing the stuff for him. I didn't know that. It was very interesting. And there'll be gains there. So just how one race separated out, and my next bullet point is the African gravel champs.
Yes.
I'm going to read the messages specifically from the winners of the male and female race.
Yeah.
Both running 55 mil tires.
Good.
Super chunky. I'm going to read their messages verbatim.
Yeah.
And that would be a different wheel. And it's like, well, if you had to pick one, this is what I love about gravel. This is why the tech is being pushed so much, is what is a gravel race? They had to use 55 more tires, and they're saying, like, you couldn't have gone lower.
Yeah.
Matt and everyone else in that race at Gravel Worlds, you're running 45. It's like, that's
and
what
could have
gravel,
gone lower. And they're saying they could have gone lower. So I think it brings it full circle to a test we did and the conclusion we came to, and that, like, there is still a very big case for horses for courses, right? Understand what your needs are, understand what your requirements are, like from an everyday perspective to the events that you want to do, and shop accordingly. Find a wheel that's going to work, find a tire combination that's going to work, find something that's going to allow you a bit of flexibility for your needs, and go with that.
Yeah, it does make me backtrack my recommendation.
But it does make things super wide.
Yeah,
like in terms of where we look.
I'm increasingly starting to believe that there is, in your perfect garage, instead of having two bikes, you actually have, if you're like going to go hyper in gravel, you're going to have a bike and you're going to have multiple sets of wheels and tires. Anyway, let's keep to the racing news here. So I want to, damn, I actually left my phone on charge. Let me just quickly grab it. And I want to read the exact feedback and then get into some speculation with you. So, speaking of news, we obviously covered that we've got Gravel Worlds out of Gravel Worlds.
Yeah,
it's like the
American
basketball World Championship that only America plays in.
Yeah, basketball World Championship of America,
which is like cool. It's at least they're doing it.
Yeah.
So
feedback from
winner
African
of the men's race, Alex Miller. If you don't know him. He's riding a very cool latest gen Giant.
Yeah.
Namibia based. And I will put this up. I'll give it to, obviously, Recher will bring this up. So this was the rig.
Yeah, latest gen.
We'll put this up. I've got it all. So what do we have here? We have got. So his summary here, the terrain was more on the rough side of things, a lot of short punchy climbs for the first 100 Ks and then some longer drags and flats in the final 40 Ks. So now think in the context of what is the right bike for this, punchy climbs, you want something light, springy, bang, but the last 40 Ks, maybe you want
a deeper wheel.
Starts to come into
play.
Rolling speed. What did he go with? The new Giant Revolt Advanced, awesome platform. We haven't tested or ridden it yet, but we hear great things. 50 mil. KDX gravel wheel set. So probably I would say a balance, potentially
decent
balance for the future.
Yeah, decent depth.
Pirelli 55mm Scorpions. This I found quite surprising. Shimano XTR DR2 one by group set 945. And that was what he ran, and he won the race. Massive well done to Alex, and thank you for responding to my DMs and sending that feedback through. A little bit closer to home, the winner, convincing winner, Hayley Preen, no stranger to the channel. We did an interview with her. Go and watch her whole story. She's an extremely determined lady and insanely fast. So all she can say is that it was really rough. The roads were graded, but Namibian gravel is still rough. Ha ha ha, laughing face. I can't say too much about the bike because it is unreleased. So I'm just like, don't do this to me. How dare you? I can't say much about the wheels because they are unreleased. I can tell you though, so clues to this unreleased bike is that it could take 55mm Aspen ST tires. So we have some clues there from a specs point of view. And cruelly, I was sent a one-time view picture, which obviously you can't screen grab, and I could have a look at it. Let me tell you, I mean, you can go and scrape around if you want to find event pictures, but it looks very frothy. Hayley, well done on winning the race. Good to, I mean, these are African champs that you see in and around our racing. They're
riding on
weapons,
the same roads.
But I mean, that course, love it. Love that it was as tough as it was. Totally different. I'm of the opinion that is more what I would determine a gravel race than what we're seeing in America. But
I would agree.
There is Bicycle Station, one of my favorite channels. Definitely a lot of the inspiration behind some of the stuff that we do. They live in a place where 50 mils is the lowest you'll run. So that's not all of America. Like it is so broken up. It's such a big place, but that is the froth that is gravel.
Much the same as if you go and ride gravel in the Cederberg versus riding gravel in the Overberg. Overberg, you're fine on 40mm tires to 45mm tires. And in the Cederberg, you want nothing less than a 50 or 55. So, again, it's super varied in understanding what you need. To come back to Hayley's bike, I mean, we built something, can confirm there's something new coming. 4th of September. We have a launch date.
Wouldn't give us pictures, wouldn't bring one to put in the background, nothing.
Yeah. Something very, very cool. It's a pretty poorly kept secret out there on the internet. A little bit of searching and you'll find some cool spy shots. New frame, new wheel set, built as a system, but also can be run, independently of each other, and just bringing some super, super speed to gravel. And I mean, case in point, first ride out, we built it up for her in the week. I think she rode it once, like a little shakeout ride. And then went and won African champs. So,
equipment.
I look forward to getting that. Yeah, I look forward to getting that back out there and seeing people's responses and reactions. And it's super exciting.
Nice one to go run away and Google if you're interested. It's a factor in case you don't know. That's what she is racing. If you want to start your Google search there. Keeping to the off road, we've got the Swiss Epic that's been going on. Again, everywhere you look, there's boundaries being pushed. Our Sapphirs, Focal Point, Honeycomb, 2-6s, Pritzen and Felix. Felix is South African. I don't care what the flag next to his name says. That is the most South African guy ever. I wish I had the picture of him in his khaki outfit with Pritzen. It's like the most legendary picture ever. And they're on Stol mountain bikes, 32-inch, which is the new pushing the envelope standard. Won a stage at the Cape Epic last year, the first ever 32-inch win on that wheel set. I mean, there's a few of the stalls there, so like there's a whole sub-story of 32-inch going on there, but more so we've got South Africans. When I last checked, they were 5th overall. They had one stage 2, shooting the lights out over there, so massive well done to the team there. So good to see people overseas racing, doing stuff for South Africans, and I'm going through a short list here.
Yeah, and I mean we've got South Africans all over, right? We've got
just McGivens racing all over on
exactly.
the road.
We've got Matt shooting the lights out in the States. We've got Hayley shooting the lights out in the States and coming back here and winning African champs. We've got Marc and Felix in Switzerland on mountain bikes, riding with the best, pushing the boundaries on equipment.
Cornet, racing all over Europe that was reposted.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who reposted that where I saw it.
So we've got
Douglas Peterson, actually, legendary mechanic.
Yeah.
If you don't know him, he's in the Douglas Peterson and yeah. So if you want to go and follow his profile, he basically just reposted from Against the Cock. So Brian and them.
Hi everyone, I'm currently in Spain. I've been here for 2 months already and I'm doing road racing, and so far it's been a good experience. It's been tough, but I enjoy it, and yeah, I'm still here for another month. There's lots of races coming up. Most of the races that's left are in the Basque country, and yeah, I've got a couple of good results recently, and I'm going all in for the last races, and hopefully I can come back with a win. Thanks for everyone for the support.
Cronje Bukes, for anyone who doesn't know, is a fucking weapon. Garden Ruggiero, he did amazing things. Soft-spoken, great guy. Like South Africans everywhere doing things.
Yeah. So
Tyron,
got a good mix.
All the downhill guys.
Yeah.
Tyler, like there's just so much going on. So something that you might overlook though, while scrolling through the results, Lucy Burns and Michelle Bowden, second in the Masters Women category, Swiss Epic.
Amazing.
Ladies, that is flipping cool for South Africans to be competing at a Masters level overseas at such a big race.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it.
Challenging terrain as well. So different to what we have.
Toughest, if not the toughest.
Yeah, so different to what we have and what they would be exposed to. Straight up, straight down, steep, not much big, flat, open road like we have here. And yeah, incredible result. Well done.
Gnarly, hardcore stuff. Am I missing anything in terms of other race results? I mean, we can lean into La Vuelta.
Yeah, the Vuelta.
That is opening stage, very exciting, crazy hail.
Yeah.
Teddy called the stage off.
Yeah.
The officials were having a nap.
Yeah, he's the official spokesman now, and he's taken that role quite well. It's tough to make a call, especially when there's a break. I think there was a break up the road, made for some interesting post-race decisions to nullify the stage and take points away, and there's a bit of complication there. But well done to somebody for making a responsible call, and to the organisers for sort of accepting what the peloton wanted. Safety first.
I think at the moment with what's going on, Josh Starling came third, which is the headline of that opening stage.
Yes.
His brother recently passed away. We're talking like week to
weeks. Yeah.
His father, I believe, is very involved in the pro peloton as well, quite close to Q36, Pinarello. Came third. And freak accidents, motorcade, car on the route. During a race, this happens.
Very unfortunate.
I'm reading about the reports on the ladies' race in Britain, and a lady coming back while still in the motorcade protocol, car on the route, nearly hit her. This is in the weeks of. And so I think I sense big pressure coming to top-end road racing, because this rolling road closures thing is very clearly not working.
No, we need a better solution.
I mean, I can't even imagine doing a race at that scale. Your brother's passed, and you even get wind of someone coming a whisker within the same situation. It's just not acceptable. Yeah. It can't be the standard.
No, hopefully it drives some change, some positive change within the way that we approach road safety and road closures around racing, both globally and locally. It's a big challenge, and the risk is super high.
As we've seen. I mean, there's someone is without a brother and without a son.
Exactly.
I did ask Reese how it's going. For anyone who knows what it's like WhatsApping Reese, it's generally a series of one-word answers. Hey Reese, how are things going? Can you give us a selfie for the pod?
Yeah. Great.
We'll put this up as well. Him and Cam, just like, I haven't seen the smile on Reese's face in my life.
Yeah.
And very deep analysis here. Going good, dude. How's your side? Are you healthy? So the smiles on our face certainly tell us that they're doing great things. They're having a good time. Keep going, boys. Fly the flag high.
Yeah, amazing.
Rounding out some news, I'm going to be doing Sedgefield 500, and we'll be happy to know that Cycle Lab George is opening up just after I finished. So thank you, not thank you for being open ahead of my grand voyage. We spend more and more time that side of the world. This was just, emailed through to us, hey guys, we're opening the store, please let us know. And well done. Hope that is an extremely successful deployment there. May you sell many bikes and enable the community. What I'm reading here is people are still investing in cycling. There is a retail store going up.
Exactly.
If I've learned anything from being around the Cycle Lab ecosystem the last few months, as I'm trying to immerse myself in more communities, yes, Durban Speed Collective, you will be top of the list when we get to Durban. That is good news for so many different reasons. And when I say I hope that store is a success, I really do, because that will bring more value into the community. So if you enjoy 100%. When that opens, even if you're from another bike shop as like your core, go and mingle, get in there.
Go and have a look. So
100%.
As you say, they've taken the step to invest in a community and see where there is demand and it's worthwhile for them to open a business and put a business there. So that's positive.
You know the story.
That's positive.
And get your bike shops competing. Create that banter. Get, we talk about Coates here in the southern suburbs and ECC and Savage and LPC and like you see them out on the road. Whatever your interval, whatever your session was, like it immediately changes. Like you have to beat them.
Yeah.
And more often than not, you can find people at the same coffee shop, and it's just so good for the community. It's good for cycling. So if you're a rival bike shop there, go and challenge them. Get your group together, attack them on their first ride, and make sure you start some good banter and share it with us when you do.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's leading to more bums on bikes, and that's a good thing for everyone. For every sort of portion of the bike industry, the bike community, for events, for suppliers, for retail stores, it's just good. So yeah, it's nice to see.
Agreed. All round. Good luck, guys. All the best there. Sipho from VeloKhaya, someone else we did a story with. This is like alternative news, but he's off to Mozambique. They've done this initiative through the Mandela Foundation. They've built 20 schools, teachers. We now know how important these things are. Off of the back of something called Ride for Hope. He's on his way to Mozambique. They're taking the project there. They're spreading it. So it's just some random news. If you know Sipho, just send him a message. Wish him good luck. The rest of the team, everyone that's involved, it's a huge investment for whoever is involved. And these are typically quite big corporates that aren't keen to put their logos on things.
Yeah.
They just want to do the work. So Sipho flying the community flag really high there. I just want to wish you the best of luck, Sipho. I hope that goes very well. Anyone close to him, please get in touch and just
if you see him, give him a high five and well done, because he's done an amazing job.
Relentless.
Absolutely incredible. And,
he does not stop, and he is it's his personal contributions that a lot of the time is funding salaries. He's looking for a title sponsor for VeloKhaya as it is. Like this guy he wears the issue he's trying to change. I had a nice long conversation with him yesterday about it, and just really want to wish him all. If you know him, reach out. If you know a title sponsor, definitely
put them in touch.
Reach out. That is pretty much rounding out the news. Things coming up, Grand Fondo Worlds. There's a lot of South Africans that have gone over there. Cycle Tour was a big qualifier.
Correct.
Southside Cycles. Alec is over there with Jason Van Slot at the moment. It's part of a story that we're putting together. An incredible story. Jason's been on journey from being told he wouldn't live to 10 years old, and he's at Grand Fondo Worlds. Like, beautiful story.
Amazing story. And strong cyclist. And
he's put me in the locker a few times.
I look forward to seeing how his day unfolds, and just seeing him on that stage. He's put in a lot of effort recently, and I rode with him a short while ago, and he's super, super strong.
Hope he goes and claps it there, along with the rest of the South Africans.
Exactly.
So to anyone out in Japan doing this, like, really good luck. If you know anyone, let us know. If you're following a story of someone, tag us, let us repost it. Like,
drop a comment.
People are abroad doing things, as we've run through now. Literally just like 20 minutes of just South Africans doing great things abroad. Get behind them. Comment on their posts. DM them. Well done. Good luck. If you don't know them from a bar of soap, like, we have to create that. And just, it's nice to cheer people on.
Reach out, drop something into the comments, and share your story and share your experience.
Tag them, tell us, we want to know.
Be very, very cool.
Before we get into is you had some news updates you want to send me. I'm going to take you through some rigs to rate. And these are actually all from people doing the Sedgefield 500 with me.
Oh, amazing.
For anyone that doesn't know, it's in a race that is not officially being put on. It was cancelled last year. We went and did it anyway. We're doing it again. We leave this Thursday, which is when this episode will come out. Friday morning we start, 517 kilometers, 7,800 meters of climbing.
One
Going to
stop.
try and do it in one go. Self-supported,
Big
you're on your own
undertaking.
mission. And when I finish, we will officially be putting it on next year. So start getting your dream list together. So this is the first one. This is a multi-manga champion over here, Johan from Doorlof. You may or may not
Yes.
remember him, pouring that glorious blood clip.
Yeah.
So that's his rig.
Still dreaming about that.
My first comment when I saw this was, I'm seeing years of experience in a picture here.
There is a lot of experience here. Speed, comfort.
We're looking at a Cannondale here, right?
We're looking at a Cannondale Sculpel, so dual suspension bike, 120 mils of travel, so he's got enough going on there. It's going to allow him to be super relaxed. Look at the aero bars, nice and high.
3 bars, yeah.
The Oak knows how to be efficient and comfortable.
And he reckons
big Thunderbird tires.
It will be lighter than my rig.
Highly possible. He's got some nice gear on there, some super light Shimano XTR. See, he's stocked up with Cadence in his bottles, so that's good.
I'm not seeing lots of nutrition space there. He's just got that one Apidura bag. Ooh, yeah, and you don't want to underfuel.
No, he's got his credit card. He'll be seeing a few putzels along the way.
True. So that's the one.
Rig.
This is from Durko Donkey. He's coming with Johan. It's actually his birthday this week. Happy birthday,
Okay,
Johan.
happy birthday.
They've happened by the time this comes out. So he's brought two of his good mates with, who are also like manga type-esque people, and he's like, let's go and do this for my birthday as a celebration. So rad.
Fun way to celebrate.
So this is like the opposite end of the spectrum. He's going full speed.
Yeah. He's all-out gravel race rig here. Deep section wheels, fully rigid.
Seeing some consistency here. Zip wheels, Thunderbirds.
Yeah, exactly. So there's obviously something to that. And group set wise, interestingly, is with the SRAM Explore group set. So slightly less gear range. That 7,500 meters of climbing might get a little bit interesting towards the end, but I'm sure it's a tried and tested setup for him.
That's a track checkpoint. I mean, this looks pretty new to me.
Yeah.
Very nice looking rig, I must say. Like, I'm a eternal idiot and make decisions based on aesthetic. So it's 10 out of 10 for me, Durko.
Yeah.
You're not penalizing you. That's just like, you've been too disciplined in pursuing performance here. This is old Ben Nokia, no stranger to the seaboard. This is a new rig. I last saw him on a gravel bike on a Diverge. I don't have the deets from him. I mean, extremely pretty.
Yeah, very well done.
We have, again, got Zip 303 Explorers. I can't make out.
Those are G1Rs.
Schwalbes.
Yeah, so
50s.
again, Schwalbe tires. So that's consistency there, right? There's
It's nuts.
3 bikes, 3 sets of Schwalbes. These are the smallest of the bunch. But knowing Ben, it's a more race sort of optimized setup. He's about speed.
A big chainring. That does not look small.
No, he's going to do some serious damage with that. Not sure about the color though, Ben.
SRAM Force on the crank, SRAM Red at the back. So you can see this is a project bike. He's pieced this thing together properly, which is like, I mean, that's the spirit of gravel.
Yeah.
Not seeing frame storage on here. I wouldn't want to put it on considering how pretty that frame is.
Yeah.
So this is Crux 4.
2 small bottles,
Yes,
which I'm sure will be changed out. Be interesting to see if he bolts on some storage, in a frame bag or something for that.
He
Or
tried
if
to set
he's
the
gonna
course
go-
record for this last year, so he knows what he's doing. He was finished it miles ahead of anyone else.
Yeah.
I would say that this is going to be the lightest, potentially
Definitely.
fastest setup. Comfort though, that frame it's so racy, and he's not got the widest tires you could fit on there. I wonder if that's gonna get to him. Again, talking about stuck. Crux 4 like really was a super frother's bike.
Yeah.
This has got is that the Rudy shock up front?
It's the Fox gravel fork.
So glasses on here. Paul rode this last year very successfully, very consistently.
So it's going to be super smooth and efficient. Nice to have that suspension in front just to take that edge off. Obviously a little bit limited on tire size there.
Yeah, I've got Pathfinders. I can't tell what those are. I'm going to guess.
First person not on Schwalbe tires in the setup. Decent amount of storage.
Specialized diehard. Look, those things roll fast. I'll give it that.
They do.
And he's got, I suppose he doesn't need the comfort from the tire. He can take the efficiency that's likely to give him.
Yeah, he's got the comfort in the fork.
Because he's got the fork.
Yeah.
And like I say, he plotted along last year, no problem.
Interesting.
Big storage bag on the back, big storage bag on the front,
So
aerodynamics in its mudden.
Spread the load across.
Yeah.
But
very
aerodynamically
balanced.
not the greatest.
Which I can tell you last year meant nothing because he absolutely destroyed me. But that's our rigs for this year, and this is obviously not real, but
double stacked.
Yeah,
all in.
Podium right there. That's your top step.
And bigger is better when it comes to tires, right?
Yeah, Xenix. And then mine, I'm not going to even talk about. I think we've done enough on that. It's well documented. So thank you guys for submitting rigs. We're going to try and do this weekly.
Yeah.
Send through what you got. DM, WhatsApp, whatever.
And that's obviously this week's been around a specific event, so it's quite nice to see different approaches and maybe post-fact we revisit and see where everyone finished up, and we can start to.
I'll do a deep dive with the guys as like a little review afterwards. None of these people are very photo video oriented. They're not jump into that camera near me. Guy Jennings is the unspoken hero. I haven't seen what his setup is, but arguably the most experienced ultra distance person in our country. We're very keen to see what he brings to the table, because that is years and thousands, probably over 100,000 kilometers of experience.
Yeah. So it would be interesting to see what he arrives with and what his equipment choices are. What is the weather looking like? And is that going to change your equipment choice?
Very good at the moment. So from a gear point of view, it's tricky. So 12 to 25 degrees, but potentially rain from the Friday evening. So when we're like out of Uniondale, 400 Ks, last 10 hours, potentially rain. Every day I look at changes, Cape Town.
Yeah.
And you got Sedgefield all the way to Oudtshoorn and then back. So it's like, it's
different.
It's looking good though. It's looking like we'll likely be dry, no crazy wind. I think it'll be good conditions, but probably going to be wet coming back. I stand by my rig. I honestly don't think I could go with better.
No, I think you've done a great job for the
up. It's heavy, 13.7 without all the stuff on 9.7. So I've got weight on this thing, but I'm one of the only ones carrying my nutrition. On which I'm balancing out. They're going to rely entirely on what they get on the road. I'm going to try and take a premium nutrition route here over what they're going to be
know what you're getting.
We'll see. Sunday we'll know. The episode is locked and loaded for Sunday. No matter how it finishes, that's the next episode there.
Yeah.
Product stuff. Were there some notes you had that I've left out here? Silka, obviously the big one.
Yeah.
That's huge news. I don't think anyone in the gravel world hasn't watched the video that they're not going to be making a tire.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm seeing Pathfinders 2.2s breaking into the news in terms of people testing them.
Yeah.
The bike station guys that I follow religiously saying they think it's the best Pathfinder they've ever ridden. And in a straight line, where you don't course that they had recently in the States, reckons
great tire.
Super.
Yeah.
Chunky, need more traction on the sides, probably not. So for the right use case, lots of tire news. Some
maybe not so well known news, and I don't know how public this is in terms of out there, but little birdies are starting to say that Schwalbe is looking at potentially dropping their Thunderbird line, especially in the 2.1 sizing. So
what?
It's to be replaced by a gravel specific tire in that size. What that is and what that looks like, I'm not sure, because they already have the G1R and RS and a 45, 50, 55. But the Thunderbird is a firm favorite. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
I mean, the 8 people's bikes that had, everything from Asian frames to Western Factors, S-Works, what is that brand? Tavelo, everything there. Crux 5, every single one of them had Thunderbirds on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, I would compare that marketing decision to the same one Jaguar make when they reshot their commercial with the crew from House of 12. Great ad job for them, but commercial suicide. I think they said they've sold 6 Jaguars in Britain in the last year.
Yeah,
that is a terrible decision.
So let's wait and see if that rumor is true. But yeah, I think would be a very interesting move because it has become a firm favorite.
Accidentally, I guess that's the thing. I mean, we can
repurposed for sure. Much the same as Maxis with its Aspen ST, also repurposed, but they've leaned into it fully. And we've just landed a bunch of Aspen STs in a 55C, some of which were on Hayley's bike for her African Gravel Champs win, and they've been flying out. Super, super positive response, very fast, very supple, forgiving. So yeah, it's a very interesting space. Some old mountain bike tires coming back and being repurposed, some new sort of gravel specific stuff coming. Silker leaning into it, something that they've never done before.
Will you try and get Silkers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We've had the conversation and we're waiting to see.
You're going to need to start letting us know. I've got this stock arriving this week because from my own personal experience, the stock arrives, you talk about it, and there's no tires left. I myself couldn't get when I wanted the Thunderbird stock. That stock that came in wins. Like it lands and goes, which is interesting. And you're saying that that's now with some of the other tire brands as well. It's like hits and go.
It is.
Same guys buying them and trying new stuff, or just like the demand is that high?
There are a handful of guys that are sort of buying whatever's new and trying and testing. A lot of other people are watching shows like this show specifically, and leaning into the advice that's being given. So they're walking into store, they're going, we've seen this, we've heard about this. What have you got? What do you recommend? And again, it's understanding what is the use. Are you riding to chappies and back on your gravel bike? Well, then you don't need a super rugged, aggressive 50C tire. But if you're going and you're doing gravel burn, then sure, we need to look at something a little bit different.
Are you still selling 45? Is that?
Yeah, we still sell loads of 45s. Okay. Understanding that a lot of that is down to frame size and clearance limitations, But the trend is everyone's wanting bigger. Also need to understand what is the best case, or what is the best use for those tires. But the trend is wider is better.
I think a lot of the upcoming races are going to be. It's going to be so cool to talk about races that we actually do. Race to the Sea, one-day stage races, because we've got a lot of racing coming up, which is another thing. If you are a race organizer, if you know of a race, we're not talking about it, please tag us, let us know.
Yeah.
We want to try and talk about as many of them as possible. I don't even know all the stuff that's on at the moment. And it's just like, a lot of the time I wish I knew.
Yeah.
And, put that into the schedule, because like the FOMO is crazy.
Yeah.
And what you're going to start to see, I think, is, and I want to lean into this, and I want to lean into the community, not just, the two of us. I went there with my 45s. Last week I ran the 50s, or 2 weeks ago I ran the 50s. I found this was better. It was worse. That's going to start leading a lot of decision making. Again, like I think you're going to find people running multiple sets of tires. I think it'll be normal to have a 45, a 50, a 2.1, different tread patterns, more suited to this, more suited to that. And that you'll be going, either redoing it yourself, or you'll be in and out of the bike shop getting those swaps in and out. Like I think that is what's coming, and I dig it. It's great.
Fun. It's great, and people are learning all the time. They're learning what they need, and what their requirements are, and being able to look at a course or come in and get some advice on it, and what's going to be best for them. And yeah, I mean, as you were saying, there's so many events coming up, and they're all slightly different. The requirements are slightly different. The terrain is different. The route profiles, distances. So we're spoiled for choice. Road, mountain, gravel, all happening.
It's good to hear that. I think it's going to... Will you see retail pick up now? Like is there a world where someone's going to come in looking for a MOG,
Certainly.
Factor Sorana, now that you've done such detailed product reviews on it, and like it won't be in stock? Is that?
They're in stock, ready to go. The new Factor that's launching, will be in stock and ready to go from launch date. And as we move into what is kind of full gravel season now, if you will, we've got Race to the Sea, we've got Canola Roller, we've got Gravel Burn, we've got Stanford 100, we've got Road to Desolation. There's like it's packed back to back to back. So it is the height of gravel season, and the demand is there, and everyone wants in.
So, if you are going to be doing any of these races, and this is a sincere question, if you've made it this far into the video, please comment on this. Are you frothing for these races? Like, my skill level is A, B, or C. Yes, I'm interested in these races. Yes, I'm going to them. I can't afford to go to all of them. I can go to one of them, so I'm picking. Like, I'd love to get some of that feedback. So that is a thing. It's expensive to go to all the different races. Like, that's a reality. I just really want to know, are people going to them, and what are your considerations going into it?
Yeah.
Because I do think what will happen in time, the gravel race calendar is going to grow even more. People will attend them even more because of safety and all sorts of other different things. And I think that's going to lead to a very positive retail effect down the line. And that will be in direct retail, which I encourage everyone to support. And also I think it's going to be, conversation for next week, the week after. It's going to be through alternative channels where, there is a lot of direct. People are going there, they're getting wheels built by builders, sourcing things, piecing them together. And it's such a fine line. And the guys that, we spoke with, at the village, recognize it themselves. Like, if you're a tinkerer, there's nothing cooler than bringing in, at a risk, a hub from here, a wheel from there, a spoke from there,
of course,
getting it built. Like, I can totally understand that you want to play that game. It's definitely not for everyone, that risk appetite. But there is that flip side of, I believe everyone has a responsibility for keeping our industry healthy. And what aggravates me is the most ripped off thing I've seen is Panama kit and S-Works. S-Works with an X.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, the price point of those things, let me add, is never cheap. It's not like you're getting it for $5,000. It's like they are expensive knockoffs.
Yes.
And you are undermining Matt's store in Sea Point. You're undermining the entire network of bike dealers for Specialized. And there's other brands that have this. And I'm just like, I'm so flippin' anti that. And worse still, you'll see people sitting in the very coffee shop that sells the authentic goods in that outfit, like completely shamelessly enjoying themselves there. And it's like, what? I want to make a very vocal, firm stance of that is not good for absolutely anybody.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think we're in a place where you've got to be rocking up on an S-Works. You could buy into Windspace, Tavelo, Olves, at a frame set build up price point that is quite low. But I mean, looking at even the complete builds, Avalanche, Giant,
Titan,
you have price points there that are for rinse that, warranted, fully built,
backed,
highly respectable. We've seen from the reviews we've done, completely comparable. Like, there's just 100%. No reason to be doing that. Offshoring your funds to a country that couldn't give two shits what's going on in our local industry.
Yeah. And
for what? To wear a brand that is obviously very evident to everyone fake. Like, it irritates me. I've gone off on a tangent here, but I want to just
support local.
Yeah.
Support local, support the guys that are going to have
tinker away, but
if you want to do your mechanics and your bike builds and things in a garage, by all means go. It's a lot of fun. Sitting in the garage over the weekend, having a cold beer with your mates, bike and stand, fiddling, learning, understanding, great. But, if you haven't bought some of that product from your bike shop, and when you get it wrong or you have compatibility issues or something, the Oaks are not stoked to help you out,
What if they're not there because everything gets offshored?
Yeah.
It's like
and if you do it enough, doors will close.
Yeah, that's.
We're an ecosystem and we all survive together. So
I have a viewpoint on that. That's my opinion. I would love to know what anyone else's is. Like, create a YouTube profile that is unlinked, that no one will know.
yeah, tell us what you
And
think.
give the rebuttal, give the flip side of that story, which, I know like a lot of people will say, bike shops rip people off, they take advantage. I think there's instances where that's true. I think it largely isn't. My personal experience going and price hunting at 10 grand up to, 300,000 rand, I've, as a mystery shopper, it's just not been my experience. I mean, there's so many places that will cater for everyone that it never makes sense to not support someone fighting to be alive and to have their store in the mix.
And
Anyway,
and if you walk into a store and the vibe and the brands and the pricing and the fit, the feel and the location is not for you, find another one.
yeah, there's enough.
Everyone has their unique sort of fit and feel, and find one that works for you. Find people you connect with, people you can build a relationship with. It's hopefully you're going to be in it for a long time, and that relationship pays dividends to your experience in the future.
Yeah, I love it, man. I got some flack for how dare I say it's convenient to go to a bike shop to wax your chain. Which, just as a random point, I re-waxed it yesterday. I made the laborious trip all the way to Freewheel to go and hang out with Nick, talk smack, have a coffee, geek out for a bit, and just like vibe out there with a flippin' legend. Got the chain waxed. Brew, not one, didn't miss a beat. The chain actually didn't need to be waxed. I was just redoing it because I've got this, Tadej 500 coming up.
Peace of mind.
No squeaks, no nothing. And it's just like, it's such a pleasure to do that. It's no different to when I'm walking into your store there. I mean, I got a delivery brought to me today. That was a nice change of scenery. But like, I would rather go there.
Hopefully the experience is worth it, right?
Have the magic at Bootlegger next door, talk shop.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's normally at your expense. Like, fuck yes, Dave, there's 20 minutes gone in my day. Justin a gear change, Dave, Luke. I mean, there's like these people that are so frothed up in this industry. Like,
But I mean,
some of the best social interaction time.
Yeah, ultimately we're in it because we're all passionate about it. Yes, we've managed to turn our passion into businesses, but like we are passionate about riding bikes and all the products and the gear, and so come in, ask questions, talk. That's what we're there for. We enjoy it too. So,
Again, let us know. Agree, disagree. We've got two things on the horizon. One, we are going to shift gears pretty dramatically, almost like that first to second when you're 18, you've got your first city golf, where you can get that little bit of wheel spin when you hit it hard into second.
Slamming it in there.
Telling you from Boksburg without telling me from Boksburg. I'm from Boksburg.
Powerful exhaust.
It's going to be one of those snap changes to mountain bike, because as much as gravel season is upon us, mountain bike season is fast approaching.
100%.
We've got Go to Sea, which we're doing middle of September. We've got One to Wales. Epic is looming. There's Odyssey. There's Tankwa. There's Dryland. There's got God knows how many events on Trail Seeker. It's like we are heading into that time of the year where I'm like, we're so lucky to be in this country, particularly this province, because there's so much racing coming up. And we're going to be dipping our toes into both sides of predominantly the mountain and gravel side of things. So that is on the horizon. We're going to chat next week some specifics with you.
Some cool
Scalpel, among some other things. Rob from Rubber Side Down. We're going to do a skill session with him as a build up to the Go to Sea, as part of a much longer story arc curve of wanting to go and do Cape Epic. I haven't got it figured out yet. One, how to afford it. Two, who to do it with. So anyone that feels like solving that problem for me, let me know. I don't know anyone patient and
both problems. Both problems, the finance and the patience.
It's a tough sell, but that I need to tick that off the list. But before that, one thing I was sitting thinking, going out on Saturday, I had these intervals, 40 intervals on Saturday on my own, like a loser, and I was just seeing that beautiful silhouette of everyone in the same kit, DCing it up all around the seaboard. I saw the LPCOX panting at the top of chappies that obviously all dropped each other. trying to limit
It's far away from the retirement village. No wonder they were panting.
I laughed. They accepted, I saw a notification on Instagram, the Perla Classic has accepted your invitation to collaborate. I was like, did we post something? From January.
Oh, wow. They must have found their login details. The grandkids came to visit.
This shit up. It is so funny.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the LPC guys. They live up to their brand so authentically.
Yeah. And that's confirmation, if there ever was, that DC season is here. They found the Instagram login. They're back online.
It's also confirmation they're not the elusive mystery poster either, because like they just definitely don't have those skills.
No.
So I saw a lot of them out there. I saw the DC teams in full force, and I'm like, is it too soon to start talking DC? I mean, entries are open, and like I started getting into the froth and asking all the usual questions. What do you think?
I think it's perfect timing. I mean, as you mentioned, DC entries opened last week. The talk in all the coffee shops, all the bike shops is, do you have a team? Who's in your team? What are the goals? How many teams do you have? Are you like? It's there. It's there. What bikes are you riding? What equipment? What do you think the weather's going to be like? Geez, guys, like, let's just relax,
Is Redbridge still there after all the storm?
Can confirm that it is not.
Yeah, there's going to be some route changes.
So, yeah, we will have some route changes for sure, which is going to make it interesting. Slight change up to the course. But yeah, it's perfect timing for DC chat and banter. And
you're committing to DC banter then, because that heavy is the bra that wears the crown, or PC, as you know from placing the crown, currently have it.
Yeah.
With
still in therapy.
A lot of drama and fireworks around it, as we all no doubt know. So more on that later. But in saying that, typically the week that the entries open, we expect to see the official acid test of, are you there yet, to open up, which is sub 10 chappies. I went out and did my level best last week, Tuesday. I think I got a 10:15. Largely credited to Calvin, who gave me a wheel to follow literally all the way to the top.
Not much draft there, though.
Not much draft, but inspiration for sure.
Yeah.
Like that oak is so strong. But I didn't see a single ECC rider out there. And the kits is hard to miss.
We are still in deep hibernation training. Still all in leg warmers, so it's far from race season. All black winter kit.
Yeah.
The team is there. We have our numbers. We have the
team locked in.
We have the core base of it.
Okay.
We're actually slightly oversubscribed, so we're going to have to run some trials. So it's tough being in demand.
I did hear someone yesterday tell me that they were in your team, and I was like, oh, shit, these are going to be strong.
I'd be very interested to hear who that was.
But he's not local. I'll say that much.
Our team is made up entirely of locals, just so you know.
Oh,
if you've lived here long enough, you're local.
I have my facts straight on this one. Off camera, I'll layer in who that person is. It leads to some other clues. But question for me, we obviously try to cover it as much as we could last year because I absolutely love the race. It was one of my major events that inspired almost all of my continued froth, passion, and investment into cycling. This podcast wouldn't exist, which either means something to you or doesn't, were it not for that race. Like, it was really like the
catalyst.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we are committed to wanting to tell the story of DC again. And I guess what I want to know from you and from viewers, what story do we want told? Like, what are some of the sub-threads from the race that people maybe haven't heard that want spotlighted, because we're committing to throw resource at it of our own accord. That's not funded by anyone. Nothing we do is. And I'm wondering, some things I thought would be interesting is the mixed and the female race, with 100%. A notable change to timing on the mixed. Ladies at all three mats can't send 6 oaks up the road and then only on the third.
Super positive.
We want that
change
removed. Well, it's not changed. We want to table that and say
it would be a super
that's gotta
positive
go.
change to have that in place.
We want to see an unhindered female race, like seed them at the back, figure it out. We know it can be done.
Yeah.
Men, female, like a 100% full froth, all female race,
Ladies,
because I
full
think that
ladies.
racing will be. We look around at the different female teams, we look at the mixed teams. Bro, there is such good racing there.
Yeah.
If we could figure out, and I don't think it's realistic, but if we could get this like similar coverage of gravel worlds for mixed ladies, men, you will have some absolutely ridiculous racing. Obviously, it's like super impossible because of the dynamic of the race.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see. We don't have the manpower to cover all of those stories, but yeah, what do you rate?
Yeah, I think there's some great stories within that, and that is all focused around the racing side of it. I think there's some other great stories out there, you know.
Fair.
And from a coverage perspective, perhaps not the most exciting when the guys are battling just to finish or just to make it through. But I think just from a storytelling perspective, you know, there's a lot of people that are doing their first, or they're coming back after having a failed attempt, or you know, they're putting their own team together for a first time, or they're riding for a good cause, and I think there's so many cool stories out there, and I think those are stories we would love to hear and tell.
Okay, fair statement. Yeah, there's
outside of the Kings of the Atlantic Seaboard, there's a lot of other good stories.
No, I feel like that got a good focus last year. And last time, I want to do that again. It's just like, is that, you know, I think we have to. People are interested in that story, so we'll certainly tell what we can from our side. No doubt the infamous COTUS page will start firing up whenever it does, and that will do its job. I'm sure at my expense. Looking forward to it.
It'd be great to do a little sit down with a few of the riders from the different teams and have a bit of a.
We're going to have to, because there's like the question I get most often and want to just face head on. It's not like I make this decision, but it's who are the people in the COTUS race? Who counts? Is the big question. And it's like, it's constantly swung back and forth. And it's like, well, it depends who you ask. So my origin sort of genesis of the story is, you know, I go to Brent's, like, he's like, we go out every year to race Mother, ECC, LPC. That's how it's always been. That's who we're there to race. Don't really care what the Instagram account is talking about. We go out there to beat those teams. That's like where our banter lives. Is that the fastest 4 teams in the Seaboard? So House of 12 was head and shoulders the fastest team last year. Why didn't they win? There's a whole story behind that. The infamous Timu Crowns. Why did that not happen? So stay tuned. We're gonna dive into that.
We'll unpack that a bit, yeah.
It's much simpler than you think. But that was my answer to it, like without anything thought or applied to something else. So then the question is, well, is there not any team, anyone in the Seaboard could assemble 12 people and go out there and say, well, we're the fastest team in the Seaboard. Like, cool. Then you can be the fastest team in the Seaboard. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's who you're watching when you race it. And Infinity come past, In Time come past, or you go past them, or it's like banter, vibes, but don't really care where we place in relationship to you.
No,
I want to see ECC, LPC rinsed. Mother, I don't think are coming back, sadly. I'd love to see that come back. I don't think it's possible for this year.
Love to see the purple skin.
The banter that I've had, they are the kings of COTUS as far as banter is concerned.
Yes.
So yeah, that's all my words I have to say around it at the moment. And I guess people will decide what they want and what they want to follow.
Yeah. So let us know also, like, what the stories are that you want to hear from DC and from the build up and into the event itself. Like, is there a specific team prize? Is there a specific category? Is there a specific story that you, like, you know, you as a rider or a viewer are watching or telling, or is there something that you want to see? Let us know.
Yeah, if nothing else, that one's definitely going to get the comments a lot. Certainly the keyboard warriors on Instagram are going to come out of hibernation. I'm not
looking forward to
that.
No, I love it. Gets everyone talking.
Yeah. The tide rises with all the boats rise and the tide rises. So
Exactly.
take it on the chin. Jared, thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Good luck managing your tire stock. I'm sure while you've been sitting here, you've sold out of something.
Yeah, the phone's been pinging, so
Long may
hopefully.
those days last.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through and looking forward to the Dual Sus deep dive next week.
Yeah, moving into what is ultimately a little bit more my territory, so quite excited.
I will be
unpacking some mountain bikes.
making notes. We'll deep dive still to come. We are gonna do that. We're just, the production has been exhausting for this month. So next month we'll get into that.
Good luck for Sedgefield 500. It's a big one, and I know you've been putting in the effort and looking forward to ticking that off. So good luck with it.
I really appreciate that. Sincerely, thank you.
Cool.